In the late autumn of 1238, when the skies over the kingdom of Erindale hung heavy with cold mist, a young scribe named Elias stumbled upon a strange parchment while cataloguing old manuscripts in the royal library. The parchment was thicker than usual, the ink unusually dark, and in its center lay a map circular, intricate, and unlike any other cartography of their time. It showed rivers that did not match known geography, mountains that stood where no traveler had ever reported elevation, and at the heart of it all, a shining emblem marking a grand city named Lumeria. Elias frowned. Lumeria was not a lost city, nor a forgotten legend. It simply did not exist at all, not in their books, not in stories, not even in the tales sung by wandering minstrels. Yet the artist behind the map had drawn its roads with meticulous care, its towers rising in perfect symmetry, and its surroundings detailed with such precision that the city appeared more real than the real world around him. He took the map to his master, archivist Rowan, a man who had dedicated 40 years to studying ancient texts. Rowan examined it for a long time, silent except for the soft rasp of his breath. Finally he said, "This script, this ink, they're older than this kingdom, but no record exists of a city by this name. Someone is either lying to us across time, or telling a truth we were never meant to know." The archivist ordered Elias to lock the map away. "Forget about it," he warned. "Some maps lead only to ruin." But Elias could not. That night, as he tried to sleep, the circular city of Lumeria glowed in his mind like a lantern in fog. The rivers on the map twisted in shapes resembling runes. The mountains were arranged like teeth, and the symbol at the city's center seemed almost alive, as though watching him. The following day, Elias returned to the locked drawer only to find the parchment glowing faintly, as though touched by moonlight despite the total darkness around it. His heart pounded. Maps do not glow. Maps do not change. Yet the ink now carried faint silver outlines that had not been there before. He touched it cautiously. The parchment was warm. Before he could think further, a voice echoed from behind him. "You should have listened to your master." Startled, Elias turned to see Rowan standing in the doorway, pale and trembling. The archivist stepped closer, his eyes not on Elias but on the map. "I have seen something like this only once," he whispered. "A monk brought a similar parchment from the east. He said the city appears only to those who are called by it, and those who seek it never return." Elias felt a chill. But why me? Why now? Before Rowan could answer, a sudden knock shattered the silence. 3 sharp strikes on the stone door of the library. Soldiers entered, led by Lord Havron, the king's advisor. "We heard," Havron said calmly, "that a discovery of great value has been made here. A map of a forbidden city." Rowan stiffened. "Who told you that?" "Your apprentice," Havron said with a smile, "has been talking in his sleep. We have our ways of listening." Elias felt ice crawl across his skin. "Why do you want the map?" "Because," Havron answered, stepping closer with a hunger in his eyes. "The kings of old believed Lumeria contained a well of impossible riches, a power that could grant dominion over kingdoms. And now, it seems, the city has chosen to reveal itself once again." Rowan snatched the parchment away, but Havron moved faster. Soldiers seized both men, holding them down as the advisor lifted the glowing map. "You will guide me," Havron said. "Both of you. You know the map best." Within an hour, Elias and Rowan found themselves on horseback, escorted by 20 troops into the dense northern forests. Havron held the map like a holy relic, checking it every few moments. The trees grew thicker, the air colder. Strange symbols appeared carved into the bark, matching the runes on the map. Elias whispered, "These weren't here yesterday." Rowan replied, "The city is forming itself, or preparing." The deeper they went, the more the world seemed to twist. Paths shifted behind them. The soldiers grew restless. Then, one night, the forest changed. The moonlight revealed smooth stone ruins beneath their feet, ruins that had not been there a minute earlier. Arches rose from moss, windows carved in perfect circles, stairways that spiraled into nothingness. "It's appearing," Havron whispered. "Lumeria is returning." A deep hum pulsed through the ground. The runes on the trees glowed. Elias felt a tug, like invisible hands pulling him forward. Rowan grabbed his arm. "Do not go. The city is not a place for mortals." But Havron pushed them onward. With each step the ruins grew brighter, clearer. Then, at the stroke of midnight, the forest parted, and there impossibly stood the city from the map. Golden towers touched the sky. Bridges arched over radiant canals. Streets shimmered like glass. Everything pulsed with soft light, as though waking from a long sleep. The soldiers gaped in awe. Havran strode forward triumphantly. "It's real," he breathed. The legends were true, but something was wrong. No birds flew, no wind stirred, no sound existed except the hum beneath their feet. The city was alive, but not with people, with awareness. Rowan clutched Ilias's shoulder. "Listen to me now. This city was not abandoned, it was sealed, trapped between worlds for good reason." Havran ignored him and approached the grand gate. The symbol at its center, matching the one on the map, pulsed like a heartbeat. Elias felt a warning whisper through his mind. A city does not breathe, a city does not watch, yet this one did. The gate opened with a thunderous groan. A rush of light swept over them. The soldiers shielded their eyes. Havran stepped through boldly, disappearing inside. One by one, the soldiers followed, compelled by a force they could not resist. Elias hesitated. Rowan whispered, "If you step inside, the city will claim you. It feeds on desire. Havran seeks power, he will be devoured by it." Elias trembled. "What does it want from me?" "Possibly nothing," Rowan said softly. "Possibly everything. The city called you. You must decide why." The humming grew louder. Elias felt the pull again, but this time he resisted. He stepped back. "I won't go." The gate shuddered. A low, rumbling growl echoed through the stones as though the city itself was displeased. Suddenly, screams tore through the air. Inside the gate, golden light flashed violently. Shadows twisted. Havran's voice shrieked orders, but the city swallowed every sound. One by one, lights blinked out inside the shining streets. Rowan whispered, "The city is feeding." Elias shut his eyes, unable to bear it. "We have to leave, now." The ground cracked beneath their feet. Vines of glowing stones snaked upward. Rowan pushed Elias aside just before one wrapped around his leg. "Run," he shouted. "No, I can't leave you." "You must," Rowan insisted. "You were chosen not to enter but to witness, to warn." The vines pulled Rowan toward the gate. Elias tried to free him, but Rowan shook his head fiercely. "Go, the city is closing." With tears streaming down his face, Elias stumbled back as the grand gate began to seal. Light poured through the cracks like molten gold. Rowan's final words echoed in Elias's ears. "Tell them the truth. Tell them never to seek it again." Then the gate closed. The hum ceased, and the city vanished, folding into darkness as though it had never existed. The forest returned to silence. Elias fell to his knees. The glowing ruins faded into moss. The runes dimmed. Only the map remained, lying in the grass where Rowan had last touched it, now blank. Except for a single new line of script, the city appears only to those who are lost, and it keeps what it finds. Elias burned the map that night, though the flames turned blue and screamed like wind. He returned to the kingdom alone, shaken, haunted, and forever changed. No one believed him. They called him frightened, foolish, delirious. But sometimes, on cold nights, when the moon is thin and the forest quiet, Elias hears the hum, again distant, patient, calling. He does not answer, because he knows the truth. The map lies dormant, the city sleeps, but Lemuria is still out there waiting for the next soul bold enough, or lost enough, to find it.